Hey you guys. Okay, so do you remember a familiar face from one of my original vlogs, Lavender Festival?
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that one.
So we're eating Armenian food, Nini's favorite, which is lahmajun.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you do the honors and open that and show them? So this place is actually award-winning here in LA/Glendale. And no, seriously, like their Longmajoon is the shit. I got us some khachapuris too. This one's spinach and cheese. And then this one is just cheese, like a regular khachapuri.
And this is lahmajun. There's a paper on it to keep it separated.
I fucking love it.
But it's like an Armenian pizza.
Yeah, some people call it Armenian pizza. Other people know it as Turkish, but fuck that because cultural appropriation. I don't know who came up with it first, but yeah. Okay, so I also got tan, and some other cultures call it different things, but it's basically a yogurt drink, just yogurt and water, I think, and salt. This one's the mint one, and this is the regular. So which one do you like?
The mint.
Mint? Okay, yeah. So you take this one. This is really good with like stuff like this because it helps like wash it down. And some people don't like it if they've never had it before, like the tan, but it's because it's yogurt and they're not used to drinking it, you know? Then I got some spicy borek, which is cheese and spices. And then I got, I got a perashki, which is Eastern European. They put meat inside or potato. I got the potato. These ones are so good from here.
Ooh.
Last but not least, a regular cheese borek. So I haven't had a lot of, I'll put it here.
Okay.
I haven't had in a while. Oh, let me get the lemon.
Sorry.
So we just squeeze lemon on it and then we roll it up and eat it. And so here you go. And this is what it looks like. It's, wait, why don't we show the camera?
You just roll it up.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's been forever.
It's like soft, the meat, and then the bread is crispy.
And if you really like savory things, it's so good. It has like citric and then like the one with the herbs and the meat. Oh, it's so good. So, what are we watching today?
So, we're gonna be watching, I'm on a documentary kick. So my whole thing with movies and shows, in the past few years, I haven't been able to watch because it's hard for me to pay attention. I don't want to say I have ADHD, but I have tendencies.
What makes you think? Do you think it's genuinely that you have like something, or do you think it's because of technology that has made you kind of ADHD? Because I feel like that was what was happening with me with social media. And every like morning.
No, I think I genuinely have, like, I don't want to, like, I don't care to get diagnosed because I think you can use it to your advantage.
Right.
But I just think an hour is a lot, but I'm trying to work past that. Like this past week, because there's been a lot of deaths recently. Like there was Bell Hooks, there was Betty White, there was Desmond Tutu, and then recently this past week it was Andre Leon Talley, which I didn't really, a lot of these people I didn't really know that much about. Like I knew in passing. I started looking him up and he's like an amazing person. You have to shake it, by the way. So yeah.
Did Louie Anderson just pass away?
Who is that? Oh my god, this Berashki is...
The comedian? No.
I don't know that many comedians.
He was like, in the 90s, he was pretty big. He was in Baskets, that show? No. He passed away yesterday.
Yeah, like the movie I watched 2 nights ago, it's called The Gospel According to Andre. It was his docu and it was really good and I was able to watch the whole thing. Like he's very like entertaining, funny.
What was he known for though?
So he was a fashion editor.
Oh, that's right.
And other,
that's right.
And
he always had like the white hair, and then he had like always had a drape.
Yeah, he had like a cape and all these things.
Anna Winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had seen him like here and there, but I never knew who he was. And he grew up in the South in North Carolina and just like went to Brown University, studied French literature. Like when you watch him, you're like, oh my God, he's so bougie. Cause like even the way he talks, cause I guess because he lived in,
regal, right?
yeah, because he lived in New York, Paris, and he spoke French. I'm just like, he knows the fashion, like has a very big eye for it. You're like, wow, he knows what he's talking about kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try the one you're trying, the spicy borek.
It's so good with the yogurt drink. I made it a point because remember I told you, because I don't really, like after my mom passed, I don't really have anybody to speak Mandarin to. So I've been trying to make it a point this year to watch more like Mandarin or foreign films.
So do you understand everything when they...
Yeah. I can watch it without subtitles. I mean, obviously, like the bigger words and stuff, no, but like for the most part, I would say I understand like 97%.
That's amazing. That's like a good way to... I should watch more. One thing I've been doing is like doing more Armenian vloggers because I feel like, I don't know, again, movies are kind of long, but the vloggers, I feel like they're like literally just talking to you. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I can understand it more, and like certain things I don't all understand because of the context. And I also learn like how the culture is in Armenia. And I actually highly recommend that for anyone who's like has roots somewhere else, because like you can even be in like that community. Like I'm in an Armenian community here and it's still going to be a cultural difference over there. Like for example, they don't use Amazon, they use like some other thing. It's like actually a Chinese website.
Is it Ollie? Ollie?
I don't know what it is, but it's,
Alibaba?
no, it's not Alibaba. It's like basically just like an Amazon alternative, because like people don't realize like in the West, like we have Amazon, we have Google, like there's alternatives in other parts of the world. Like Armenia, their Google Maps isn't up to par. They actually use Yandex. It's like a Russian version. Like that's their maps that they use. Like if you're gonna go use Google Maps, you're gonna fucking like not get to the right places. And I know for a fact, like obviously China is a whole world in and of itself, but a lot of other countries, like it's not Western like shit that they use. It's either Russian oriented or like Chinese oriented.
Right, because Western is for the Western.
Yeah, for these countries. But it's like, if you don't know that, you think everyone, like, why isn't Google Maps working? Or like, why isn't Uber here? But they don't use Uber, they use something else.
I can see how people would because of, especially the younger generation. They're not as, I feel like our generation, we're the last of like the real world because they started to incorporate like tech around the time that we were growing up, right?
Yeah.
So I can see how kids, like especially the younger adults, they wouldn't know that they're like to look for other resources and stuff like that. What is this one?
So this one's just, we call it khachapuri, but it's just cheese inside.
Oh.
Oh my god, I love this one. My mom makes this a lot, or used to. It's not hard, we can try to make it. It's just puff pastry.
Oh.
And in the cheese, sometimes they put oregano. And then egg on top and the sesame seeds.
I feel like sesame seeds is like a big foreign thing that people take for granted all the time, huh?
Do you guys eat it too?
Yes, Asians use sesame seeds for
everything
and
that's true.
sesame oil.
Yeah. We don't have sesame oil, but I've like seen it in like Asian stuff.
If you eat poke, you've had sesame oil.
Is it just like another type of oil? Like that's how you guys use it?
We cook. I mean, growing up, it was always like sesame oil. My mom only started using like olive oil or grape oil or whatever until later. Oh, that one's the spinach.
This one's like similar, but with spinach too.
Oh my.
You know persimmons? A lot of people in America don't know what that is.
My friend and I actually just had this conversation. We were talking about lychee. And then I was like, how do you not know what lychee is? But she was like, you'd be certain, because she grew up in Washington. No, she knows it because she's half Filipino. So she's grown up with like the exotic fruits and stuff like that. But then I was like, or like the Asian fruits. I don't even want to say exotic. Is it exotic? I don't know. But she grew up in Washington, and then like they're very
Conservative.
American. They're very American, so a lot of these like different fruits they don't even know about. Weird.
Certain things, like, I don't know if it's because Armenia is literally between Europe and Asia, so we literally have like, and then also the Silk Road passed through Armenia. So I think there's a lot of fruits and stuff we got from Asia. I don't really love persimmons just because like it's either really crispy or it's like
Really
mushy as
soft.
fuck. Yeah. And I don't like those consistencies. But I like the taste. Unlike other
Which one?
stuff.
If you had to pick between the mushy one and the
Crispy one. If it's
It's
I
not
don't like the
crispy.
really crispy one.
it's not crispy, but the consistency is like an apple.
Yeah, it's like an apple.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. I would say probably if it's on the softer side.
Yeah.
Definitely not
But
that.
it's crazy because with the mushy one, you have to literally wait until it's like mushy in order to eat it because then it tastes like wax. Have you ever had?
Yeah, like it leaves a thing on your, yeah. Oh my god, I'm like getting full, but I need another lahmajun. Also, there's this guy, my friend, who did research because the lahmajun I think is a Turkish or Arabic word. But apparently there's an Armenian word and it's masalosh. It's crazy because like other cities don't have any representation of like Armenian or like Caucasian food. Caucasian like as in like Georgian, Armenian, those kinds of things. So yeah. And also they like upcharge as fuck in other cities. Like Longmajoon at this one Turkish restaurant in like I think it was Baltimore. They were charging like $10 a fucking piece.
Sure. And how much are
And
these?
it's $1.50 at the bakery. And she literally just, I had to wait for them to like bring it out. Like they make so much on the weekends because so many people go and get it. And this is Taron Bakery. And they have Glendale, Hollywood, and North Hollywood.
Oh,
I'm so full too. And lahmajun, I think you can freeze it too.
Oh, really? And you just heat it up in the oven?
Yeah, I think you can freeze it and then heat it up in the oven.
Oh, okay.
Microwave too, but like it's not crispy if you do that. So oven is better.
Yeah. That was delicious. Thank you. Let me put this away. I just got my blood drawn, so do some lab tests.
Oh yeah, so what is that for?
It's just to check like A1C. Like it's just to check. It's basically like an annual checkup thing. So what are your thoughts on the Kardashians since they're part of your culture?
So I think, so when I talk about the Kardashians, it's always important to note that one, they're like third, fourth generation American. So
And their mom is white.
and their mom is white and they were raised by their mom and her white husband. So it's like they're really far removed in the sense that like me and them did not grow up in the same world at all. But like I do think they still represent us to a certain degree, and it's because of their physical traits too. And I think they've done a lot to one, make people who don't fit like the white. The thing about diversity is like there's always like obviously there's white, which is the most represented, and then there's usually black. As much as it does need more representation and everything, there is black representation to a certain extent, but usually the people in between, there's not. And I think in the past like several years we've seen more like Latino and Asian, but then there's, I would say, Middle or Near Eastern or Armenian. Like it's something that really isn't even in that like context. So I feel like the Kardashians were definitely needed for our representation, and then also they paved the way along with other people, of course, that came before them, but they're the ones that ended up changing the whole what's considered beautiful. Like even though there were thick girls before, of course, they're the ones to have popularized it, and that is a privilege, but it ended up being them that made it what's popular today.
Yeah, and
because before that it was all skinny white bitches. I'm sorry, it was Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, like all these people, blonde, skinny, white. Okay, I'm gonna stop it because I think it keeps cutting out.
And we need to make a latte.
Yeah, I was like, I need coffee right now. I feel really like
lethargic.
Food, yeah. Okay, bye you guys. Hope you enjoyed that mini little mukbang and seeing
our banter. Our random banter about what we normally talk about anyway.
Exactly. But have a good weekend.